Oh yes, a pleasant good afternoon to everyone. A blessing good afternoon. Today is Saturday the 20th of February. I am Umar Muhammed, otherwise known as Calypsonian disciple. Now in the past, I spoke to you all about letters in the English language and the value of the letters. I calculated the value of the letters by the numerical order in which it appears on the alphabet as the alphabet. For example, A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, 4, and goes right on. So I calculated the numerical value or the number which values the letter A as 1, B as 2, C as 3. And that is the only way I could have done it. In trying to use, or not trying, but in using my imagination concerning numbers and the letters. This is my own thing. So those of you all who were following me, what I was doing before, I am now going into a different position of the letters of the alphabet. I have found out, in fact I have told you all that previously when I want to find out the letters of the alphabet, or when I want to find out a word and its value or its power, let's suppose the word starts with man. Let's look at the word man. I will say A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M. So man is the 13th letter in the alphabet. It values 13. A is the first, it values 1. And A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N. N is the 14th letter in the alphabet, so value is 14. So therefore I will add up, I will multiply, I will divide, and I will come up with some kind of answer relating to the value of the word man. But remember, I told you all I am not subtracting, because subtracting will mean to say that I'll be devaluing the word. But in this time around now, I want to do some subtraction. But subtraction means to take away. And I try taking away from each number in the from each letter in the alphabet. And I was devaluing all the letters except E, D, and P. For if M is the 13th number in the alphabet, if I have to take away, I'll be devaluing it. In other words, it will be less than 13. But I tried taking away, and then I realized that there are 3 letters, because what I was looking for is the opposing value, or the value that opposes the letter. As we know, in everything there's a right and a left and a right. Up, down, east, west, north, and south. Then I found out that E has an opposing value, very clean and nice, without any remainder or anything like that. D has an opposing value, and the P also has an opposing value. Now, the opposing value must be meaningful And the next question is, how did I get the opposing value? Well, what I did, I took the E and I turned it back to front. And I got 3. I took the D and I turned it back to front also, and I got 6. I also took the P and I turned it back to front, or I oppose it, and I got 9. So I got 3 numbers. Look at here. You can see it good. This is the E here. Back to front you get 3. This is the D here. You got 6 back to front, and this is the P. You got 9 back to front. So you have E, D, P. Putting these 3 letters together, I came up with extra dimensional people. Look at here. Well, let me put it from here. Extra dimensional people. You can see it here. And you can see where I put the E back to front on top, the D back to front I got 6, and the P I got 9. Right? 3, 6, 9. Now 3 into 6 is 2, and 3 into 9 3 times. So you have the 3 there that can jump from 1 to the next. 3 can jump into 6. It equals 2, and a jump out of 6 and a jump into 9 is equal 3. Right? So you have 3 and 2 is 5 and 3 is 8. Let me write it for you. Three into 6, and then 3 into 9. You get 2, and I get 3, right? Plus 3. So here you are. Three into 6 is equal to 3 into 9 is equal 3. You put it underneath. 2 from the 3 into 6 plus 3 from the 3 into 9 plus 3, which is a dominant number, will give you 8. And 8 is the perfect number when it comes to the digital numbers. Now this is 8. This is 8 here, right? When I write it in digital. And from 8 you can get many other numbers. Example, you see I make out of 8 I get 2, and then I get 6 from the 8. So 8 is master number. When I write it in digital, or probably the same way too. But the fact is that E stands for extra, D stands for dimensional, and P stands for people. That is, whenever you want to find out things, you want to discover things, You allow your mind to go into a dimension that will expose certain things for you. And by doing that, you may discover, you may invent, or whatever it is. You just cannot stay on this plane. You have to move away. And moving away means that you have to develop yourself by the diet, by the friends you keep, the colors you wear, by timing yourself, what time you go to sleep, what time you wake up, enough rest, by the things that you know, by being fair and trying to break down things in a fair way to find equal rights with whatever you are doing, by love, by being cool and calm, patience, right? You're supposed to have that extra dimensional quality in you. Extra dimensional people, EDP 368, or extra dimensional person. And when I say you're supposed to have that quality in you, you're supposed to be a person born like a star person, a person with extra dimensional quality in your genes, in your DNA, so that you will not be like an ordinary human being. You know, there are some people that can just touch you and they heal you, they can anoint you and they heal you, they can just look at you and see certain things in you, they can just foresee things happening. They are not ordinary people. They search and they look for certain clues and they look for certain things in order to continue to develop this world. Because if men have reached a stage before, or try to find out, seek and you shall find, knock and it shall be opened unto you, ask and you shall receive. The reason for seeking, for knocking and asking is to explore, to discover, so that we could make this world a better world as time goes by. The more you live, the more you see. Age is reason. So here it is, right? The 3, the 6, and the 9. But continuing with the 3, the 6, and the 9, the 6 we have here is the opposite of the D. You see it here? This is D here. Look at it here. This is the 6 here, and this is the 6 here, and this is the D here. This is the 6 here, and this is the D here. Right? Almost shape alike, but that's not, is the same shape. Right? But then down here now, the 6 represents pregnancy because it is a pregnant woman. Right? Look the 6 here. Look the 6 here. This is the 6 here. The belly, the woman said, it represents pregnancy. Right? Look at it. The belly, the woman said, pregnancy. Look at here again. The belly, the woman's breast, and her head. These are her feet, right? Pregnancy. Okay, and now you have the 6 opposite to around top and bottom. On top, the 6 is a 9, bottom is a 6, that is 69. You just I was saying, call me anytime, the number is 69. 69 is a sexual number, a sexual position. On top, it's a 9, and underneath it's a 6. You have and 69 sexual position, and sex breeds pregnancy, right? Now you will notice that 3 could go into 9 3 times, and 3 could go into 6 2 times, right? That means that 3 is also a number of multiplication. right? 3 is also a sexual number because it takes 3, the man into the woman, producing a child. That is man, woman, and child. That is 3. So you can see it here, 69. Right? 69 is a sexual number in which that the man and the woman performs oral sex, one on top, one underneath, as we can see. This is nothing to be alarmed about, because this is what they call sexual education. You see, sexual education is if you talk about it in a constructive way, like if you show you go in school, you have a biology book, and you show the picture of a naked man and a naked woman having sex with all the different biological education in it. It's different than showing pornography, because one is educational and one is very poor. There is no graphy in it. One is pornography, right? Pornography, as I will explain it. So you see it on top, the man and the woman, 69. Okay? So 6 is a very important number. 3 is a very important number. 369. It takes 3 persons in one God. There are 3 persons in one God. The Father, the Mother, and the child, son or daughter. It takes 3 persons to multiply, because the Father, the Mother, and the child. Go ye and multiply, and that child will go up to be the multiplication of another 3. As I said, 3 into 3, because that child will meet some other child later on in life that again came out of the father and the mother, and the child itself make it 3. So 3 into 3, go ye and multiply, and they will continue the multiplication. The father, the mother, and the child. So you will realize that 3 is very important, and the 6 represents the pregnant woman. That is what the 6 represents, the pregnant woman. Now, in order to be pregnant, the woman must have the 9 with her. The 9 must go into the 6, and the 9 could go into the 6. But again, we come back to the 3. In order for the 9 to go into the 6, there must be 2, and then 1 will come out of that, make it 3. So this is it. This represents the woman womb. This represents the 9, which is the penis, and the penis starts with P. This little ball here represents the testicles. So you have the woman womb or the woman vagina, you have the penis, and then you have the balance, so that woman should not be humiliated to be under men, and men should not be superior over woman. There must be a balance. So both could go along walking side by side, bones of each other bones, and flesh of each other's flesh. As you see it down there, 3 into 6, 3 into 9, 3 into 6, 2, 3 into 9, 3, 2 plus 3, plus the 3 on top equal 8, and 8 is, as I said before, is a perfect number in that all numbers comes out of 8. So here you have the 6 on top, which the extension on top represents the woman here, right? The vagina or the extend on top represents the pubic hair that is connected to the vagina, but I just put one strand of hair to make it look like the 6. The balance and the penis, which is 9, as I said before, 69 is a sexual position, and the opposite of 9 is P, and P starts with, penis starts with a P, So you see how everything comes in order. 3, 6, 9. Right? So there it is. The mystery, the science of the 3, the 6, and the 9, the only 3 numbers that opposes itself. And opposition does not mean that it opposes itself to destroy itself. It just means that when it opposes itself, it goes hand in hand in order to make life a reality. Because you have a left hand that opposes a right hand. That does not mean to say it is out to destroy the right hand. It's just a balance. As you see, I have it here, balance. What opposes is not a destruction, but a balance. It opposes in order to balance, because one cannot be too right and one cannot be too wrong. So therefore, if you have a leading party and you have an opposition party, the opposition is there to balance in case the leading party is going out of hand, to balance it. Anything at all. When a man is on a tightrope, or a circus performer is on a tightrope, walking across a tightrope, he does not put out one hand, he puts out both hands to balance it. And as you see the outstretch of both hands, that makes the ankh, and you know, that makes the ankh with the both hands here, right? That's what I'm talking about. When a plane is in the air, it doesn't have one side of the wings, nor a bird one. It has two wings to balance it, so that it can float in a balanced way. If a plane only one side is working, well, that's it, the plane will crash. So everything in life must have balance. So my people, that's it. That is the science in which I myself have gone through in order to come up with something meaningful. Something very meaningful. The 6, the 9. Sparrow called me anytime. The number is 69. As I've said before, it's a sexual position. Right? It is a sexual position. So when man and woman get into sexual positions, right, that is the 6 and the 9, right? And that 6 and the 9, as it continues to evolve or to move from one position to the next position, it becomes a sexual reproduction. The 3, the opposite of the 3 of E is 6. Amina is 3. And the opposite of P is 9. 3, 6, 9. So therefore, if you want to add up all of them, you could put 9 and 6 is 15 and 3 is 18. Right? And if you put 9 and 6, the 3, 6, 9, or let's start from on top, 3 and 6 is 9 and 9 is 18. Right? Now I showed you all where 8 is a perfect number. But to put in 1 to 8, it means to say, right, that that one represents the production of the 3. That is what it represents. And in order to continue to produce from that production, you must get involved with the next 3. So the mother, the father that produces child, and that child cannot go and reproduce by itself. There must be a next 3, 6, and next mother and father that produce a child. So that boy child that this mother and father produce will be able to go with that dear child that the next mother and father produce. And what you have the continuation, the legacy of the 3, the 6, and the 9. So I may not be fully right. If you think so, if you want to think that I'm a madman and doing things that we're trying to do, we're trying to feel. My dear people, the only way to elevate yourself to dimensional heights is try not to be like the normal man or person. Not to be in any negative way, but in a positive way. Look, I sit down and I try to think about something that people do not talk about at all. Tell me something, my people. Where is God? You say God is here, there, and everywhere. What is another name for God if God is here, there, and everywhere? You ask many people, they can't tell you. But every day they pronounce that name, and they have a symbol of that name. Another name for God is time, T-I-M-E. Because every single thing was created in time. The symbol of time is a clock or the watch. Can you explain to me when time had begun? Can you explain to me when time will end? No. God is here, there, and everywhere. Time is here, there, and everywhere too. There is nothing that anybody do not do without time. In the universe, everything is in time. So must I say that time is God? What happened? There is no such thing as before time. When coming to creation, there is no such thing as the end of time. When coming to creation of all the universe, show me where it will end. Tell me when it will end. Tell me when time began. Tell me who created time. Time was not created, my people. Time is time. Long time when I was a little boy, I was to think that, where does all this end? Is there a wall? So that if I jump over the wall, well, that's the end of time, that's the end of all the existence. No, time is existence. Time is the medicine. Time is the creation of every single thing. The human body has to work with time. Everything has to work with time. The sun, the moon, everything has to work with time. Go down by the ocean and you'll see the waves coming. A big wave don't come in our next door, was it coming again? Everything coming in with a timing. Time is vibration. Vibration is tempo. Vibration have quality, neutrons, protons, molecules, and so on. The tiniest sperm that a man ejects into a woman is part of time. Because when the time reaches, she has to eject that sperm. The sperm either goes and becomes within time a baby, or it either being, I cannot say destroyed because nothing is really destroyed. It changes from one form to the next form into the human body. So time is a mystery. Time is a mystery. You have to pray. If you pray, you're praying in time. You're living in time. Everything happens in time. Every solid, every waste, whatever it is in time. It is we who make it out of time. It is we who revolutionize it, sometimes out of time. So, when I sit down and I think about what is time really, we just think they call time. I never hear anybody pray into time yet, but have to pray in time. I never hear them bowing down to time, but they have to bowing down to time to say they're worshiping time. But when they bow down in time because it takes time to bow down. How long you bow down? It takes time for you to get up. Every single thing. And time, when some people revolutionize time, human beings, we overdo it. So you could overdo it, but you cannot overdo it with time. Time doesn't overdo or underdo. Time has its timing. It is we who try to overrun time. We try to overdo it. We try to underdo it. Some of us try to be too lazy. Some of us try to work too hard. But all in all, if we're too lazy, we will not make it in time. And if we work too hard, we'll end up dying in time. So my people, Umar Muhammed, calypsonian disciple, I'm speaking in time. Let me see what time it is now. I'm ending in time. It's now 9 minutes before 3 hours of 1 p.m. here in Trinidad and Tobago. I'm transmitting to you from East Dry River, Laventille, Umar Muhammed. I have just given to you a short lecture on letters opposing each other and time. So have a good day. Be blessed.